How is your work and life in Beijing, in China?
I've lived here, I arrived end 2017, like beginning 2018. And it's been like 6 years I am here. And I always say that as if they were 6 days or 6 weeks, really, how time flies quickly in China. A very vivid, dynamic country where since my arrival, I was really very much impressed by the activities and by the energy there is in this country. I learn and know more about this beautiful country because we need to understand China better.
We know that you are one of the very few female ambassadors in town, and you have such successful career, wonderful life. So I just wondering if there are any unforgettable and memorable stories in your professional life.
Thank you for the compliment. I've been in the diplomatic career like since 27 years now, a long time ago. So you see lots of things. And even if I'm a diplomat, I'm very lucky because I travel and I know I meet different people, I meet extraordinary people.
What is the focus for our future cooperation? What is your priority in promoting our bilateral friendship?
I am happy to be in this friendly country. China and Lebanon enjoy a very good relationship based on mutual respect, understanding, cooperation, help. It is very important for us to have China as a friend, and Chinese are really true friends. I've been here, as I told you, since 6 years and something, and we've been, advancing in this relation. We have to acknowledge that we had a very good relation, but we have to go further in this kind of relationship. We had some difficulties in Lebanon. We still have difficulties in Lebanon, and during those difficulties, China appeared as a good friend and lending a helping hand in many ways. I remember whenever we had delegations here, we used to host them here to understand a bit and to listen to what was their impression by visiting China. And they all come with a certain idea about China, and they leave with another idea completely different when they see developments, diversity, technology, infrastructure, lots of things we don't know about except when we have to visit. This is why I always suggest that we have to know more China, even being in Lebanon. So Chinese have to show us more about their country, use this beautiful soft power. Lebanon was was the first country in the Middle East, for example, to host a Confucius Institute. And they opened it in 2005, thinking that, well, some businessmen would go in to learn some Chinese before coming to China. But then they realized that lots of people are coming to learn Chinese, different generations, different ages. It became so successful.
When we talk about your country, what would you want us to know and to remember?
First, remember that its beauty. It's a very beautiful country. We are really blessed to have such a diversity of nature in a very small geographical space. It's a connection between Asia and Europe. So you have the best of Asia and the best of Europe mixed in this small country. Different kind of cultures. You feel at ease wherever you go. You enjoy the beauty of this beautiful place. Not only the beauty of the place, but also the beauty of its people. We are known to be very hard worker, very resilient. Our society is so open, cosmopolitan, diverse, inclusive. we are very hospitable.
2023 marks the 10th anniversary of Belt and Road Initiative. As one of the earliest countries to jointly build Belt and Road, what achievement has been made, and how do you see Belt and Road Initiative?
You know, this initiative is very much important. Lebanon signed it in 2017, and we were very interested in what it brings, first to Lebanon, then to the world. We were saying a bit earlier that we share the same continent, but we don't know each other, we are far away. And for me, the main achievement for the BRI would be the connectivity of this continent. It's true that we have airplanes, we can travel by airplanes, but BRI, what it is bringing, it's bringing easier connectivity through infrastructure. And this is very important. When I compare our continent, Asia, for example, to European continent, and I see that the integration and the integration of Europe was easier when they started to connect countries to each other and countries and people to each other. This is how they got to know more about themselves and how it became integrated and complementary. And I think this is what we need to do in the Asian continent. We have lots of similarities, but we have to bring them together. We find ourselves together and to bring those commonalities together. And this can only happen by connectivity, and connectivity not only by airplanes, by all means, connectivity by infrastructure and by the people-to-people exchanges. I think this might be the biggest achievements of BRI once it is, finalized. When it comes to my country, we are very much interested in the Chinese experience in many ways. BRI, we can have many projects together. It's easy for China to build railways, highways, airports, whatever, ports. It's very easy. What we expect more is to learn also about certain experiences from our Chinese friends. Certain experiences that can be also lessons to many other countries, being in the BRI or outside the BRI. Those lessons can be learned through the hardship through which China has gone through during the 40-50 years ago. Those hardships, we live them also in Lebanon, and we can learn how China got out from those difficulties. True, your conditions are different from our conditions. Our realities might be different from your realities, but we can find ways to learn from each other, adapting things to our own country. So for me, this is very important and very interesting.
I just wondering, what's your point of view on Chinese modernization, and how will your country pursue or achieve your modernization?
Modernization, I think the most important part of it is that it should have the human part as the main target of all progress. So modernization, we can have the best machines, we can have the best infrastructure. If it is not for the development and for the well-being of the human, I don't think it's worth really living. And this is what we see here in China. I'm not the only one talking about it, but we are invited by the various ministries here to visit China, and we see the efforts put by Chinese people first, then authorities, to enhance and improve the lives of the people around, and how China was having difficult situations and difficult circumstances where it was able, by a wise decision and the consistency also of this will of lifting up people from poverty. It's an example, and this is why I was telling you about lessons to be learned from the Chinese experience, and this is, I think, one of the most important one: how to help people improve their livings. And I see the difference, and some other friends also were here before I arrived, and they come and they see the changes happening in China. This is the most important element, I think, when it comes to modernization. People first, the well-being of the people first. So the people, if they are okay, they can give more to their society, because the human is the core subject of all decisions and projects made by the governments or by the states. So modernization is very important to China, very important to everybody, because all our countries want to modernize itself. As you say, each country has its own path, but the path taken by China is a very interesting one and worth learning from, because it has proved to be concrete and had concrete results among people on the ground.
Thank you for your deep understanding and knowledge on China and on the topics related to development. I'm sure you must have visited many cities in China.
In the sense, like, for example, if I go to Shanghai, I feel the city perpetual move. Everybody's rushing, everybody's running to finish its business. Very important city, Shanghai. I've been to Xinjiang also. I visited this beautiful place where really the government is putting all it can to help improve also the lives of people there. I mean, we've been to the north, west, south. Lately, last week, for example, we were in Hainan. This very important project now that is being implemented by the government as like the port of China, being the port of China. Very interesting opportunities, very interesting projects that can be made with this beautiful also province. So we can do lots of projects with lots of provinces here.
We want to invite you to share one or two sentences or mottos from your country.
We have lots of mottos, but what means to me is that when we say, like, one hand cannot clap alone. What does it mean? It means that we need always the other to clap and to make a noise. Noise in the sense that activity or something to achieve something. Alone, we cannot achieve anything. We always need the other to achieve what is best for us and for the others and for humanity. Now, if you see, like, we need everybody on board to help tackle the climate change problems, where small countries, like for example mine and many other small countries, are coping with difficult circumstances. So alone we cannot do anything, we cannot achieve anything. This is why solidarity among civilizations, cultures, people, humanity is very important. This is what I would like to share with my Chinese friends, and what we need also most, coming from a Middle East where really problems are complex and diverse.